Hello everyone, and welcome to today's speed seminar for RateFast. We're going to be talking about the AMA Guides 5th edition and Ratable Atrophy. Before we get going with some specific definitions, I wanted to remind everyone that atrophy is simply the loss of muscle size or mass in response to an orthopedic injury, usually, and that injury can occur as a result of an injury to a peripheral nerve or a central spinal injury, but it can also occur as a result of a joint injury where the muscle hurts and the extremity cannot normally exercise to maintain its size. Now there are two chapters that concern itself with rating atrophy in the AMA Guides. The first chapter is chapter 15. This is the spine chapter. And I want everyone to pay careful attention here because atrophy is defined differently in different chapters for rating. So in the spine, the atrophy of the arms are defined as 1 centimeter of difference or greater in the arm, which is the bicep or the forearm, or the leg, specifically the calf. When talking about the thigh, the difference actually has to be 2 centimeters to meet the definition of atrophy. The next chapter is chapter 17, the lower extremities, and on page 530 at table 17-6 you can take a peek, and there you'll find that atrophy is defined as 1 centimeter or greater for both the thigh or the calf. So the main thing to watch out for is when you're looking for ratable atrophy, either when you're creating a report or when you're reviewing reports, is that you make sure that the correct chapter is being applied with the correct definitions. This next section here is just some detailed thoughts I wanted to bring up. Make sure they're in your mind when you're thinking about muscle atrophy. The first one is that muscle atrophy should be measured and reported in centimeters. They are rated in centimeters. So if you get an evaluator or a report that reports the limb circumference in inches, simply convert it to centimeters by multiplying the inch value by 2.2. And if you end up with a decimal, if you get a 0.5, round up to the nearest whole number. If you get a 0.4, go ahead and round down to the nearest number. Also remember that muscle atrophy needs to be reported on the injured side. So again, you have a couple things to look for when you're reviewing these reports. The first thing is to make sure that you're either in the spine chapter or the lower extremity chapter. And the second thing is to make sure that the injured side is the one that actually has the atrophy being awarded. Next, we're going to do a problem-solving case, quick demonstration here of the knowledge we just learned. We have a 37-year-old female assembly worker. She's at MMI, and she has leg radiculopathy, and she's being rated today in the AMA Guides 5th edition. And on her physical exam, the left thigh, which is also the injured side from the back injury, has a 1 centimeter muscle atrophy difference. Here's the question: is muscle atrophy ratable in this individual? And the answer is no. Why? Because we are in the spine chapter and muscle atrophy on the thigh must be 2 centimeters or greater. That completes our speed seminar for today. Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, head on over to the RateFast website at www.rate-fast.com. Click on the Learning tab, and you can read this article in more extensive detail, or you can watch other videos that we also have at the RateFast YouTube channel. Thanks.